She wrote the message casually, as if it meant nothing at all. "I'm having dinner with my friends," the text said, short and clean, without a single emoji or extra word. Alex stared at his phone for a long moment, sitting alone on the edge of the bed in the quiet house that still smelled faintly of her perfume. This house used to feel alive, but lately it felt more like a waiting room, a place where truth was always late and lies arrived early. Alex typed slowly, his fingers calm, his heart not. "Tell him his wife really liked our bed." He pressed send and placed the phone face down, breathing out as if he had finally released something heavy he had been carrying for months. Her name was Marina. They had been married for 7 years. To outsiders, they looked stable, even boring in a good way. Marina worked in marketing, always well-dressed, always busy. Alex worked from home as a freelance architect, quieter, more observant. Over the last year, Marina had changed in ways that were easy to explain away if someone wanted to lie to themselves. More late dinners. More phone calls taken in another room. More irritation when Alex asked simple questions. She laughed less with him and more at her screen. Still, Alex never accused her. He waited, watched, and listened, because sometimes silence tells you more than confrontation ever could. The phone rang less than a minute after he sent the message. Marina's name flashed across the screen, calling, not texting now. Alex answered calmly. "What are you doing in our house?" Marina shouted, her voice sharp with panic rather than anger. Alex smiled faintly, not with joy, but with clarity. "Relax," he said evenly. "I never left. This is still my house too." There was a pause on the line, the kind of silence that happens when someone realizes the story they built in their head is collapsing faster than expected. Marina's breathing was loud. "What did you mean by that message?" she demanded. Alex stood up and walked slowly through the hallway, touching the wall lightly with his fingers, grounding himself. "I meant exactly what I wrote," he replied. "You didn't go out with friends. You went to see Daniel." Saying the name felt strange, like saying a word he had avoided for too long. Daniel was her colleague, married, charming in a way that made people trust him too easily. Marina had mentioned him often, always casually, always unnecessarily. "How do you know that?" Marina asked, her confidence finally cracking. Alex stopped in the living room and looked at the framed photo from their wedding day. "Because patterns don't lie," he said. "People do." He told her about the receipts, the reflections in photos, the changed passwords, the way she suddenly hated music she used to love because Daniel didn't like it. Marina tried to interrupt, but Alex continued calmly, not raising his voice once. "I didn't send that message to hurt you. I sent it so you'd stop pretending I was blind." Marina's tone shifted. Panic gave way to defense. She accused him of invading her privacy, of imagining things, of being paranoid. Alex listened without interrupting. When she finished, he spoke softly. "You didn't call because you were angry," he said. "You called because you were afraid. Afraid that your lie finally crossed paths with reality." There was another long silence. Somewhere in the background, Alex could hear restaurant noise, plates clinking, voices laughing. She was not alone. Daniel had promised Marina excitement. He had promised understanding, told her she deserved more, that Alex was too quiet, too predictable. Marina had believed him because belief is easy when it flatters you. What she didn't realize was that Daniel promised the same thing to every woman who made him feel powerful. He never planned to leave his wife. Marina was a distraction, not a destination. Alex didn't yell. He didn't insult her. He simply said, "I want the truth tonight. Not tomorrow. Not next week." Marina whispered that she needed time. Alex replied, "Time is what you took without asking." He ended the call before she could respond, not out of cruelty, but out of self-respect. That night, Marina came home late. Her makeup was smudged, her confidence gone. She tried to explain, to justify, to blame loneliness, routine, boredom. Alex listened again, quietly. When she finished, he told her he had already contacted a lawyer. Marina cried then, real tears this time, not the controlled ones she used before. She said she never meant for it to go so far. Alex nodded. It always goes that far, he said, because it starts there. Daniel stopped answering Marina's calls the next day. His wife had seen the message too. Consequences moved faster than excuses ever could. Marina tried to fix things, suggested counseling, promised transparency. Alex told her he needed distance, not promises. Love, once cracked, doesn't shatter loudly. It breaks silently, piece by piece, until one day you realize you're holding fragments instead of something whole. Weeks later, Alex moved into a smaller apartment. It wasn't fancy, but it was peaceful. He slept better. He worked better. Marina called sometimes, but less and less. Eventually, the calls stopped. Alex didn't feel victorious. He felt free, which was far more valuable. Sometimes truth doesn't arrive screaming. Sometimes it arrives in a single sentence, sent at the right moment, to the wrong lie. And sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is stop explaining what they already know is real. Lies may feel comfortable in the moment, but they always demand a price later. Honesty hurts once, deception hurts every day. Respect yourself enough to listen when your instincts speak, and never trade your dignity for temporary attention. If you liked this video, please share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more meaningful stories.